Yes, I know. It's definitely been a while since I came back and did some videos. Haven't forgot about it. Still been around. Just been running around busy trying to build a war chest, and for good reason. Things have definitely been crazy the last couple of weeks, or should I say the whole month of September, especially up to this point now. I mean, you have everything. You have just so many crazy things that we've seen in the news. Good old Donald Trump, the whole protests, all the good sports protests. Then you got coaches sniffing cocaine, sending them to their strippers. Just a lot of crazy things is going on. Then you have like the Black Authority even being targeted by the FBI. Almost shut a video down, putting a parental discretion on the video, which was a very good broadcast, by the way. And I suggest if y'all can hear it, definitely check out the Black Authority and definitely listen to that video that he just did this past Saturday. Very, very powerful, and you need to listen to that one if you didn't. So it's just, and that topic was concerned with the the BIE. It's just really crazy what's been going on and happening. And I do plan on addressing all those things, especially the sports thing, because I did make mention that I was going to do a whole thing about the sports project, and I am, and that's coming up, and I've still been doing a lot of research, gathering a lot of information. So I really want to take my time with that one. I think that will probably be my longest video when that comes out. But sports things keep happening. That's coinciding with what's going on from Colin Kaepernick to everything else. So it's just so many things that's going on. And then good old Jerry Jones, which he showed his ass, which wasn't a surprise. Again, there's so many things to go into the topic, but that definitely was going to be I think that one's probably going to be one of my best videos. So I'm definitely looking forward when I come out to it. And every time I get ready to try to put it out, there's always something new coming, so it keeps getting pushed back, and that's the main reason. But without further ado, let's get over to today's topic. This is going to be pretty brief. Well, maybe it depends. But it's definitely dealing with sports, but it deals with the whole situation that happened a couple of weeks ago concerning Jemele Hill. Now, it just found out recently on ESPN, just found out recently on Twitter that Jemele Hill has been suspended for 2 weeks for her quote unquote, and I say quote, controversial comments about Donald Trump. Now, I said it a while ago, in case y'all didn't catch it. I agreed 100% what she said. She wasn't wrong at all as far as what Donald Trump is doing. I wasn't mad at her for that at all. I was riding with her for it until she showed her ass. And for those who don't remember, and it's mighty funny because a lot of people, especially online, seem to have selective memory about this and sweeping it under the rug. And this is probably why us as a people don't get taken seriously, because we're not putting people up to task or punishing people or reprimanding them for not staying on code. And this is why we can't get where we want. We can get where we need to be. I mean, hell, it goes about the story with Jessica Alba when she said, "Oh, I'm not teaching my kids Spanish and everything." And you saw the Latin community the Hispanic community, Latin community went off on it, and she changed her tune real quick because she knew there was dire consequences. That's called punishing people for not staying in code. Or when that situation happened during the Hillary Clinton campaign when she was running for president against Bernie Sanders, going against Bernie Sanders, there was a little there was the whole Hillary emails about we needed to keep Bernie Sanders from getting where he needed to go, and somebody who was Jewish went against Bernie Sanders. Next thing you know, of course, Bernie Sanders, didn't get any further, but the woman that helped Hillary, she herself got punished by the Jewish community and is excommunicated now. See, that's staying on code and punishing for those who are not staying on code. And this is what we lack in the black community. We're not taking people to task and punishing them for getting off code. But getting back to Jemele Hill, like I said, I agree with the whole Trump, what she said about Trump completely. Not even so much is even a problem about it. But going back to a few weeks, and again, that goes back to selective memory, during that same amount of time, we saw that little bullshit article that appeared about why labeled black men as terrorists, which that article itself was a joke. I mean, it was just completely fuckery. That's why I didn't even bother to even really speak on it. And there's others who did a great job, like Torian Rain did a great job, so I don't really have to go into depth about it. So you can definitely check his video out for that if you want to understand what happened, or even read it, or just Google it. You'll be able to find it. In fact, I'll probably post a link, maybe not, I don't know. But getting back to the topic, Jemele Hill, this was, and keep in mind, this was after the fact she was getting criticized at ESPN by the people for saying what she said about Donald Trump. She's going to sit here and co-sign the article. When I saw that, I was completely upset. I was angry, but I wouldn't say upset because, like I said, I believe I wholeheartedly agree she was being railroaded and she was done dirty. Just because she's speaking her mind and speaking the truth. But to sit here and to turn around and do that, that was a slap in the face to the men who rode for you. That was a slap in the face. And what that ultimately conveyed to me is, and I always said to me, I said, you know what, she's probably using this to try to steal the fire so she probably won't lose her job at ESPN. So she said, let me show that I'm on you guys' side, that I can bash black people when I need to. And that's ultimately what she did. That's ultimately, in essence, what she actually did. By co-signing some bullshit article like that, to try to let her bosses know, hey, I can shit on black people when I need to. No need to keep me out. I can play ball and do what I need to do when the situation comes around. Now, that leads to what just happened on Twitter a couple of minutes ago. At this point, probably 20 minutes ago. Maybe even sooner, but it's when I saw it. Pretty much, she's now been suspended from ESPN for 2 weeks. So basically, she's suspended for 2 weeks now because of those statements. And as much as I want to feel bad for her, and I would if she and I had shitted on black men co-signing the article that black men are terrorists. You can't expect me, and this is the fuckery that comes behind it. You can't sit here and expect me to ride for somebody who didn't really ride for me to begin with and really feels a certain way, unless it be known. You don't reward or help somebody for their bad behavior. That's just pure common sense. But you'd be amazed that comes few and far between the year 2017. But it is what it is. So I check on Twitter just to see what's going on. How some people found it, which again, this is how I found the whole story out. And I see a lot of black men saying, "Yo, we ride with Jemele Hill and blah blah this." So I asked a simple question in one of the posts, a couple of posts. One post that said like, "Okay, are you really gonna ride for a woman who just sat here and agreed and co-signed that black men are terrorists? You really gonna ride for a person like that?" That was a simple question. I haven't seen the response. I'll probably see that pretty soon later on, but it doesn't really matter. And then I posted. Then some people get it. Torian Rain was one of the people who got it. There was another person I saw who understood. He said, "I'm not riding for you. I can't do it." I said, "I would have felt bad. I felt bad for you, but I can't ride with you knowing that you did that." And I wholeheartedly agree. Now here comes the funny part, and this is actually just hilarious to me, and I'm still kind of confused. So, but maybe y'all can help me out with this one. Maybe I'm missing something. So as I'm going through Twitter, somebody responded to another person I was talking to. It's nobody I know, just some random poster. And he said, and I quote, I'm not going to put no post to the screen because I already blocked the person. It's not a big deal to me. I don't take it seriously, especially when I'm going to tell you. He said, "Yeah, we're riding for her, unlike your lame asses." Now, I was getting ready to go ahead and have a civilized debate. Well, it wasn't going to be civil because once you say lame asses, I'm ready to get it in immediately. I'm ready to challenge you to get in. Then I go look at his name. And then his name, I couldn't help but notice on his screen name, there's a rainbow there. And again, it has nothing to do with your sexual preference. You know, if you're gay, be gay, that's fine. But it actually makes sense. And I actually responded and said, well, I couldn't help but notice the rainbow in your name. It actually makes sense now. Again, if that's a lifestyle you can live, that's fine. But I found it very confusing, and this is where I'm confused. So this is a black male who identifies himself as a black female that hates black men because you agree with the co-sign article. You agree with the co-sign article with Jemele Hill, even though, and you probably agree with Jemele Hill. Her response was Donald Trump, and I agree with the whole Trump part, but not with the whole black men a terrorist situation. So you're a male who identifies yourself as a female who hates males, but you yourself are not a female, and you don't consider yourself to be a male. I'm confused. It just was funny to me, and I just left it after that point because there's no way I'm going to have a serious conversation with you based off of that alone. But the whole purpose of the video was to show that this is why we need to be holding people accountable for the things they do. People got to be held accountable. When you do that, you're supposed to immediately. Where were these? And another posting, this person I can say, a member of the Black Lives Movement actually posted and said, "Yo, what they're doing to Jemele Hill's dead wrong to get suspended for 2 weeks." And I agree, absolutely wholeheartedly. But I had to respond to that members of the Black Lives Matter movement. I had to respond to that member, and I said to him, and I said to that person, I said, "This is absolutely true. There's no fault what you're saying there. However, where was this outrage when she sat here and said that she agreed with the article that black men were considered to be terrorists? Keep that same energy." That's exactly what I said to that particular Black Lives Matter movement member. So that's that. it's like we have a real serious problem with us having selective memory when it comes to that. Once I see somebody show, it's like Jay-Z actually said, when someone shows you who they really are, believe them. But people, for the life of me, people still can't figure it out. And like I said, if not for Jemele Hill doing what she did, I'd have been riding more during this situation. But I can't feel sorry for this. She made a bed, and she got a lie in it. And that's pretty much my thoughts in the video. Y'all leave y'all likes and your comments. I'll catch y'all on the next one.